Got anything silly in your bag?
Hey guys,
Hi guys, Jack here.
Rob. And in answer to your question, yes,
Okay.
I do have something silly in my bag.
Okay.
So our bets were. It's a follow on from our bets last week. Oh, we're up to date, by the way. This is us being up to date.
Oh,
Hopefully
yeah.
we're up to date.
Yay.
We caught up finally. So our bets last week, we had. I knew I was wrong, but I threw the wild card out there, being Troyzan being voted out, and Jack picked Zeke. Which means I lose the bet, which is unfortunate for me, because we don't actually have a budget, but I went and made this. I made this t-shirt, so I'm going to put it on. I'm going to step out. I'll put the t-shirt on.
This will be awesome, I bet.
Okay. I'll come back in. It says, I heart Debbie. She is the best survivor to never win. # Team Debbie. So as my punishment for losing the bet, I have to wear this silly t-shirt, which really bothers me, because I thought you would have this. I thought maybe, even though I knew I went for the wild shot, I have to. Okay, so that's my punishment after.
Yeah, well, that's a pretty good punishment, mate.
Okay. I heart Debbie.
Considering what she says at the end of this episode. But anyway.
Debbie, I know.
I mean, she's on the jury and she's still getting camera time. How is this possible?
I don't understand. I don't understand how she's still getting that much camera time. I reckon they even mic her up.
I know, right?
Oh God, yeah, she's crazy. All right, let's get into it.
Terrific. I can't get over that. All right, yeah, let's get into it from the top.
I'm wearing it.
Post-trouble, look, a lot happened post-trouble. Well, not a lot, but
I think there's silence. No one talked.
No, but what was said was very significant, I think. Like Brad did a one-on-one and sums up his position well. You know, he went from a strong in a 6 to terrible 4. You know, he's in a bad place.
I guess. But the way the game's being played, he's not actually in that bad a shape. He is. Now.
He is
and
now.
There was a lot of potential.
That's right, but I think what he's trying to say is, look, I went from a controlling position to, I'm just in the mix now. Sierra asked, just generally to the group, why did you choose Debbie? And Zeke answered, and it was a really good answer, because Zeke said, because it looked like she was in control. Now, my first thought was like, hang on, Debbie in control?
Yeah.
But then I thought...
Hey, excuse me. Back off from Debbie. Thank you very much.
Sorry.
I'm all about Team Debbie.
Well, you're going to get a bit more in a minute. But Brad and Sierra are playing so well. Like, let's put it this way. Sierra was on the inside of that alliance for maybe a day, right?
Yeah.
But Brad and Sierra are playing so well that they made it look like Debbie was actually in charge.
But do you think they did, though? Because in the episode prior to this one we just watched, they literally talk about breaking up Brad and Sierra. That's what they talk about.
Yes, but they always... This is the funny thing. Every episode, or not this episode, but generally as an episode, you'll find someone saying, Brad and Sierra, power couple. You hear these words thrown around, right? They're never followed up on, ever.
No.
Right?
No.
But here, this is what I mean, though. Like, to the 5 people who voted for Debbie on the outside, they thought she was in control of the alliance, which was, of course, completely wrong, right?
Yeah. Or is it a double bluff? Is Zeke just saying that?
No, I don't think it is. I think I think it goes back to what we were talking about last episode, and you made a point out that they brought Debbie in, and they gave her the day in the sunshine, right?
Yeah.
And to outsiders, it might look like now she's in control of the alliance, but it's not. It's them giving her. You know how you said you got to take a step back sometime.
And this is
why it worked.
It did work, and this is why we have the Andrea Suri debate. I think Suri's playing far better than Andrea. You think Andrea's playing far better than Suri?
Yes, by far.
But that's the exact same reason, because I think Suri's giving Andrea all the power she wants.
I'm not actually basing it on power, but we'll get to that, because that's actually part of the
but that's the same concept, Brad and Sierra giving Debbie that moment.
Absolutely.
To sit back and you can hide behind a shield, and the shield took the brunt of the blow, and you're still there.
That's what I mean. From Brad and Sierra's point of view, the strategy has paid off in spades.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, the target wasn't them. It was a useless player. Somebody who was just a number to them.
Yeah.
Like the core alliance, Troyzan, Brad, Sierra. This is how you mask how you play. You pick somebody like Debbie. you make it look like they're in charge, and then they take everything. Sarah came out and said to the tribe, I'm the guy who flipped, right? I'm the vote who flipped. And normally that's not something I would advise people to do generally, to come out and say they flipped. People might have suspicions you flipped.
But they always seem to know, so I think it's always discussed anyway.
Look, no, I don't think they always know, but they have suspicions.
Yeah.
But Sarah's come out gutsy. It was quite a gutsy move to say, by the way, I'm the one who flipped. But I thought about it, and I thought, actually, it's gutsy. It is gutsy, but it's also smart. Because when she gets to, if she makes it to 3, she's making sure people know about her resume before she gets there.
Yeah,
so there's a positive here for her.
Yeah, and she's backing herself.
That's right. And in her one-on-one to the camera, she says, I really hope that the jury votes on gameplay.
Yeah.
Because I'm changing the game, and that's what this is about. Michaela spoke to Zeke and Andrea, and she was like, oh, we're all together now. We can just all stay together in a happy bunch, and we can pick them off one by one.
But she is correct.
Well,
to that degree, if they stay together,
that's a very basic thinking about the game.
But it is it's the same point of going. If we take out Zeke, which they did, our alliance is not strong enough. We don't have that 4 is still tight. All it takes is a swinger, and Sarah's already swinging.
That's true, but the reason I'd like to bring up what Michaela said was both Zeke and Andrea looked her in the eye and went, absolutely, I couldn't agree more. This is what I want to do from now on. And I thought to myself, if you're listening to that and believing Zeke and Andrea, you're off with the pixies.
Unless you just haven't been paying attention.
Exactly.
And I don't think she's been out of the loop for quite some time. So
I think Michaela was just happy to be in out of the cold. She was finally had some numbers. She finally wasn't on the outer. Somebody was talking to her. Yeah. She was actually part of the game. Sari is playing very good social games.
She's playing. That's what I'm telling you now. She's playing.
Well, she kisses Zeke on the cheek.
Yeah,
and he goes, "Thank you, Mama."
Like you said this before about the aunt.
The aunt.
This is my point about Sari. Andrea has now won 2 individuals. She's great at. And she almost won the one against Troyzan, except she was leading until she dropped. So she could have had 3 out of the 4.
Right.
She's won half of the individual games.
Oh, for sure.
She's pulling all the strings while she also goes to Sari to confirm. I want to get rid of Zeke. I want to get rid of Zeke. Yeah, hold your horses. I got to get to Sarah. Sari is playing I think Sari is in far better position for the same reason. As soon as Andrea does miss an individual, her target is huge.
But anybody who wins immunities is. But
she's also pulling big strategic cards.
I'm going to disagree with you.
I've never seen Jeff give hints for them to finish the puzzle. It's like, come on, guys. We're running out of sun. This is game changers.
50 minutes.
I know.
50 minutes and they hadn't even gotten close, right? And the lines he threw out were
all the hits. Come on, guys.
Huge, but Zeke was puzzled.
They were all
It's
puzzled.
the first time I've seen Zeke actually with no clue.
It's a big word. A 13-letter word or something.
It's a tough phrase. It's a big, tough phrase. I mean, there's a game show where they do phrases that are smaller and people struggle.
But on top of that, you have to physically lift someone up and down. Big thing. And that's going to
puzzle at the end.
Yeah, I know, but that's going to exert so much energy that come the puzzle, you're even more fatigued.
But Andrea gets the first word, reinventing.
Yeah.
And after that, as soon as you got that first word, boom, the whole everything else fell into place.
It fell into place because Jeff was like, come on, guys, this is what the puzzle is. It's about this. What has this season been about?
I know, right?
What is Game Changers? What is Game Changers about? What are we doing this season?
That was the biggest hint he threw out.
Yeah.
It's a what do you say? The phrase is a summary of this season or something like that.
Oh my God. I've never seen Jeff give hints.
Well, no, but 50 minutes.
I know.
Right? They were 50 minutes standing in the sun looking at this going, what?
Yeah.
Brad's still thinking good though. Brad's thinking is still pretty good because Brad was like, I won the reward, and I'm going to the reward with people I need to go with. Because he already knows about Sierra and Troyzan and Ty.
Yeah.
So he's correct. These are the people he needs to be with: Andrea, Audrey, Zeke, and Sarah.
And we started building bonds with Zeke.
We'll try to anyway.
And it seemed to work.
Andrea and Sari get together on the hammock.
Yeah.
And this is what Andrea doesn't come to Sari to check.
No.
Right? these two are strategizing together on the hammock. It's not about one checking and the other. And what I'm saying to realise is that Sarah and Sari and Andrea are actually developing into a power couple.
Yeah, that no one seems to see.
And nobody sees it because later on, Zeke talks about Andrea and Aubrey as getting together. He's not aware that Sari is getting together.
Which is
with Andrea.
why I'm so persistent on how well Sari is doing. You don't see her coming. Whereas you see Andrea a mile away.
No,
she's a threat, Sari isn't.
You didn't see it. No, that's the thing. I don't think you do see Andrea a mile away.
Oh, come on, you do.
No, you don't.
You do. You knew she was going down for Zeke, and Zeke knew
No,
what
no.
he was trying to...
No. Well, actually, I don't think if you look at the way Zeke spoke about it at the end...
Yeah, and he knew
he
was coming for her.
No, he said she knew I was coming for her next vote.
Yeah.
And she did.
Yeah.
Right? And she took an opportunity.
Yeah.
Now, the easy vote would have been, as Michaela said, let's vote one of the others out, Sierra, and let's make it 5-3.
And that does.
And then we can,
And in a situation where you do have some hostilities, giving that wiggle room means now someone in our section can be voted out.
Exactly.
Which is not the case at the moment. You can't vote someone else yet.
I think it was I also didn't want to see that. I actually wanted to see one of the 6 go home. For me. Because at the moment, something's happening in this Survivor that you rarely see, and that is the game keeps on being broken open at the moment. A lot of the times you can get to like this point in the game, there's a strong 5 or 6, they just pick them off one by one, then it gets down to 7, and then they start to flip, and then it turns into and it gets a little dull. It can get a little dull in the middle if you've got a really strong alliance, right?
Yeah.
Here it's being broken open all the time, and I'm really enjoying it. Then Sari and Sarah have a chat. And I was really surprised to hear Sarah say, I can trust Zeke. Not, I may be able to trust Zeke or anything like that. I can trust Zeke. I was like, where are you getting that from? You shouldn't be saying that about anybody. Sarah talks about, it sort of talks about her advantage to Sari, and I think that was a huge error on her part.
And I think that's why she had... I think it's a huge error, but I think that's why she potentially stayed with them, maybe. No, I'm not sure, because Sarah, like she said, she's in that middle ground. And I think that her thinking of just being able to swing whenever she wants to is wrong.
Oh, look, you know what she says at the end of that one-on-one?
Yeah.
Right? She says, I'm going to let the plans develop.
And see which one I want to side.
Yeah, which one I want to side. And now, this is a very dangerous game to play because you have to, be sure that everybody's telling you what the plans are.
Yeah.
If you're ever out on the out of the plan, then you have no alliance to fall back on.
That's like that. But that's the thing with the last week's swing where she got into the power group. She got into the height, and so like I said, wait. We'll try and we both want to get rid of Zeke, but we got to see what Officer Sarah wants to do.
Andrea understands the power of immunity, and this is why I think this is such a good episode because you have a real microcosm of the whole Survivor game in this one episode. Andrea wins immunity, and as soon as she gets to her one-on-one on camera, she's like, now I've won immunity, I can make a move.
Yeah.
So it changed things. And what does it change? It's not that she's safe. That's not what changes. People can't vote her. That's what immunity is about. It's not whether or not you're safe. It's about making people vote for somebody else.
Yeah.
So she's out of the mix. She can, and that's when she decides to go for Zeke. Really.
You say that, but she would have been gunning for him without immunity.
Oh, no, she would have been gunning for him without immunity, but
she might have had to bide her time, but she was still gunning.
Well, this is the thing, though. She may have had to bide her time. She might have had, without immunity, she may have had to have voted Sierra simply to make sure her name didn't come up. Yeah. Right? So that's what I mean. But with the immunity, she can now go, hang on, no votes for me tonight, let's go. Then we get to the vote. I was surprised by the vote. I actually didn't think Zeke was going home.
Didn't you? I was surprised Ty got the votes he got.
Well, actually, no, that was the big surprise to me.
I was surprised Ty got votes. I wasn't
when
really surprised.
When I saw Ty's name came out, the first one, right, it was like Ty. Jeff spelled it out, Ty. I was like, Ty?
But that's going to make
Ty. You know what I mean? And then, of course...
It's because they...
Ty, Sierra. Ty, Sierra, right? And I'm like, okay, Sierra's going home. Then Zeke.
Because when Sierra came to the well and Sari and Sarah, was it, or Sari and Andrea were having that chat? Yeah. And they're like, hold up. Yeah. We want to save you and we'll tell you, you just got to give us 5, but trust us. obviously that came to a point where they didn't need, once they had...
Oh, they didn't need them.
They didn't need them, so they didn't bring them in.
Well, even when Zeke went and spoke to Brad and Troyson, right, he was like, I can't tell you what's going on this vote, but I'll tell you next time.
And that was a blunder on Zeke's part.
I think so. Absolutely.
It's like you... Because...
Don't throw away votes.
Yeah, you just... I can't tell you yet.
Yeah.
Well, what if you did?
Brad and Troyson are both standing there going, oh, this is great that you want to work with us.
We're
happy to do whatever you want.
Yeah, it's either Sierra or Ty. Okay, I'm going to throw my vote to Ty. You just wasted 2 votes.
Right.
You really did. You could have... Okay, this is the current plan.
Exactly.
I want to go for Andrea, but we can't because she won immunity. But what if we do this? We're thinking of going... Sierra, I want to work with you two.
Well, Zeke had the idea that Aubrey was Andrea's number 2, right?
Yeah.
Or the offside. Go Aubrey.
Yeah, I think that's the key. I'm like, where Zeke decided to stick with the 6, which makes it very hard for him to go, hey, it's not you two. I can't tell you who it is though, because if they did, they could scramble and flip something.
That's right.
Whereas if he went, okay, I want to get he stays so focused on this, his enemies, but this is the first time he kind of stopped thinking about it and like, it's okay, I'll get a next vote. It's okay, I get a next vote. Whereas, like I said, he probably should have gone...
It's very opposite to what he was thinking when he got rid of Sandra.
Mm-hmm.
Like when he got rid of Sandra, he was like, everybody thinks they can get rid of the next vote. No, I'm going to get rid of this vote.
Yeah.
Well, he couldn't because Sandra had immunity. But
you get rid of someone who is supporting Andrea up.
Yeah.
And I think Andrew's been well supported. Now with Aubrey and Sari, she's been very well supported.
Oh, look, I think there were 2 power couples that were forming up. And there was there's Andrea Sari, who I think is actually very good. They work well together.
Yep.
They understand each other. They also would probably get the knives out against each other at probably 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Because they also understand each is a strong player.
They might, or I think they could ride it to the end.
They couldn't take Michaela with them or what?
The only thing is, I think Sarie's smart enough to know she's been lurking in the shadows that she needs to get rid of. Andrea.
Oh no, that's what I mean. Like Sierra.
Yeah.
But one of the things I did like about Sarie was when she did a one-on-one on camera, it was really telling. She says, "I've played Survivor 4 times, and Zeke knows this game better than I do."
Yeah.
So her and Andrea were absolutely on the same page as to how dangerous Zeke is.
Yeah, but I still don't believe he knows the game as well as he knows the game. Only because of his mistakes. His mistakes really cost him his way out. And if he knew the game well enough, he wouldn't have made those mistakes.
Well, no, I'm not sure. Because, you can only work on what you got. We both agree that not taking Troyson and Brad on board was a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
And he's probably looking back on that now, thinking, I should have got them to vote Sierra.
If you're contemplating doing a swing, like I said, if you're contemplating doing a jump ship or something, or setting up something else, actually lock that down.
Absolutely.
But I think it's, us 3 to the final 3 is such a ridiculous statement nowadays.
2 power couples showing up in this episode, Sari and Andrew, and they're doing really well. They've stuck together. Sarah and Zeke, and that is no longer on. Because Zeke's gone, right?
But also because Sarah voted her out. So
this is the other thing. I checked the votes again at the end, and Sarah did vote for Zeke.
Yeah.
And
Michaela, who burst into tears.
I know. Well, I think there's a reason Michaela burst into tears. I think she's been on the out so long. She was finally happy to actually write down the name and actually see it work. It was like, oh my god, it actually works. I can still play this game.
Yeah.
Sarah's constantly thinking, and she's summing up the situation, and she's thinking, what's best for me? And she knew at that time, this time is not one of those times when you flip. Even though it's going to cost me Zeke, right? This is one of those times, and it's worth it.
Zeke's expendable.
But Zeke is expendable. He has to go, not because I want him to, but because I have to.
Yeah.
And I think it was really good thinking on Sarah's part to stay with the group on this one.
Yeah.
Because now she's done 2 flips, she's stuck with the group, but she's also managed to be part of a blind side, which got rid of a major player.
Yeah, exactly. Stuck with the group in a flip. The group actually flipped.
Well...
Because Zeke was in that group.
No, look, we all know after the last vote, there was no group.
Yeah, I know, but if you look at it as the 6, to stick with the group as a whole, there was 2 groups within that one group. It was Sarah and Zeke's.
Always.
Yeah, Zeke's trying to form his group,
Look, the Andrea Sarah Zeke thing was never going to go away, was it?
No, it wasn't. So one of them had to go.
Yeah, exactly. And look, I'm sad to see Zeke go because I think he's a great player, but I'm not sad in one sense because I think Andrea is just as comparable a player. So I'm happy to see her there. Post-vote. Now, normally we don't talk about post-vote, but for some reason we have to this episode, right? After Zeke gets voted out, Hayley turns to Ozzy and Debbie and goes, wow, game changers. She understands that this was a big vote. It was a big move. Wow, right? She appreciates it.
Yeah.
Debbie's response, idiots. Debbie has no conception of this game. She has no conception of what she's just seen.
No. You know what the only thing, because I love Debbie today, the only thing I really can't wait for is Debbie's final speech.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I can't wait to see what she comes up with, so yeah.
All right. Zeke in his, his final one-on-one to camera. I love his end comments, right? Because he sits there and he goes, Andrea knew I was coming for her. It's a great movie. It's a great movie and it's worthy of the title Game Changer.
Yeah.
Like, he loves the game that much.
He loves it.
Even though it's him. And even though you should feel a personal attack at this stage, he's sitting there going, wow, what a great move.
Nah, see, that's what I think. That's what I want more people to be like, to actually let the game be the game and understand it.
Yeah.
Outside of the game, let's just go have a drink and catch up and things will be cool.
Yeah.
And no bitterness. And I love that. I love that attitude.
But Zeke's not taking it personally. He's just like, it's just like, this is fantastic.
He got outplayed. And that's it.
Next week.
I think Brad goes home next week.
Oh. I don't.
You don't?
No, I think he's a good enough player to actually avoid that. Do you want to change from Brad?
You have a think. You tell me who you think, and I'm gonna.
Okay.
So who do you think will be voted out? Aubrey's gonna go.
Aubrey's going next week.
I'm gonna keep Brad. I'm gonna stick with Brad.
I'm gonna stick with Brad. Now we're gonna have a stab at immunity.
Yeah, let's do a stab at immunities. Who wins immunity?
It's pretty much a pick out of the hat, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm gonna say. Oh, I can't. Otherwise, it was at Brad. But I've already picked Brad to go home.
That's awesome. That's great.
So I won't be Brad. I'm gonna say Sarah.
Sarah wins immunity.
Yeah, why not?
She's been close. A number of times. Michaela was very close this time. For immunity, I'm gonna say Michaela wins.
And you reckon Michaela wins?
Yeah,
oh God.
I think she's got a new lease of life. I think despite what's happened up now, I think she'll feel invigorated. And I think she'll give it a really good run.
We'll see you guys next week.
See you next week, and take care.
Happy surviving.
Happy surviving.
Nah,
that's a nice one. Yeah,
nah, we're going to cut that.
Maybe that's what the punishment should be. Not only do you have to wear that, you have to say happy surviving.
No, I think maybe I'll just get more ridiculous things.